Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us on Music Monday, New Mexico. It is my great pleasure to bring to you Dean Gibson, Instant Atmosphere, and his handpan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Music Monday, New Mexico, for inviting me out. This instrument, called the handpan, was invented in Switzerland in the year 2000, modeled after steel drums, just kind of the opposite. So I'd like to play a little mellow music for you. This first handpan was made by Patheon Steel in Missouri, one of the premier builders in the United States. Thank you again.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Music Monday, New Mexico. I am your host for tonight's show, Alma Castro, and I am so excited to be here tonight with Instant Atmosphere, also known as Dean Gibson. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So one of the most exciting things, the elephant in the room, is that you have one of our newest instruments that we've had on Music Mondays. Will you talk to us a little bit about the handpan?
Certainly, I'll be glad to. This instrument was actually created only about 20 years ago in Switzerland. So it's about 21 years old. It was invented by a man and a woman who put their creative talents together to create tuned steel that just looks a little different than the normal steel pan. So it does start off as a flat sheet of metal, just like a steel pan does, and they have to make each sphere and do a coarse tuning. Then they glue them together, most manufacturers, and do a fine tuning. It's very labor intensive, but it puts out very mellow vibrations, and I'm very blessed to be the middleman to put out some mellow music.
And we were so honored to have you perform for us today. I'm sure that everyone at home is enjoying the music. Tell us a little bit about, you had two different handpans today on stage. There's different tunings?
Right, there are different tunings. There's hundreds of different scales possibly by now. Years ago when I discovered them, they were hard to find and they were very expensive with waiting lists to even get one. And then as more U.S. makers started coming out of the woodwork, and there are some incredible U.S. makers and makers all over the world, but the price has come down, so working people can kind of get into a hobby or a fun, relaxing, part-time situation.
That's so wonderful. And the beautiful sounds and vibrations that are coming from the handpan, I think it's hard to find anything similar. We talked a little bit about the steel drum and it being kind of an inverse steel drum. You saw this first in Switzerland?
No, I saw this first in Italy. I was on vacation years ago, just walking down the streets of Venice like a regular tourist, and I saw street musicians sitting on the ground playing this, and after playing drums for all my life, I was just blown away. Like, what is that, and where do you get it? So I started asking questions, and those many years ago, they were hard to find, as I said, but that inspired me. I knew I had to have one. And a funny story, short story about that, I went to before I'd ever actually played one, I had one sit in my lap in Italy and took a photo op, but I never played it. And I was here in Albuquerque where I live, going to a art studio who was having a class where they do sound healing. And the sound healing woman, she had a handpan as well as singing bowls and a few other instruments. And after the class, I had a different drum called a rav drum, which is also a tuned steel drum, kind of famous. I had one of those to show her, and she showed me her handpan. And once I started playing that evening, when I was driving home, I told myself, it's all over. There's no way, after playing this instrument, there's no way I can not have one. And as we all have changes in our lives, some you see, some you don't, I've had some unexpected changes late in life, and this handpan was definitely a blessing, dropped into my lap, not by accident. And I'm blessed to play it wherever I can to put out mellowness. People are a little stressed out these days, so if I can bring the blood pressure down a couple notches by playing some simple melodies, you have no idea how blessed I am to be the middleman.
And we're blessed to have you. for that. Tell me a little bit about you as a drummer. I know that, so you can find him on YouTube, and the handle is going to be Lionel Beatwood. Is there a story behind the name Lionel Beatwood?
Lionel Beatwood had a little story to it. I played for a country band for almost 20 years, and playing in a smoky little honky-tonk back in those days were kind of rowdy still, where you might see a fight or a pitcher of beer, or you'd see some things that were a little sketchy. And one night when we were on a break, standing way away from the stage by the restrooms, I turned to another band member who's a very funny Johnny Hogan, very witty old man. I told him there sure are some wild people in here, and he looked around for a second and he said, "Who's Lionel Beatwood?" He thought I actually said Lionel Beatwood is here, and for a country drummer, I couldn't have came up with a name that good if I thought for the rest of my life or if I hired a professional promotion person. So Lionel Beatwood did seem to be my character, my stage persona, I guess you would call it, for the next 15 years. At the end of the night, when Bobby introduced the band, I was always Lionel Beatwood. So I was comfortable with that, and it just kind of stuck with me.
Beautiful. So if you want to check out Dean on Instagram, he is on Lionel Beatwood, or you can go to Dean Gibson on YouTube, and you can check out some of your Instant Atmosphere performances. Tell us a little more about your music nowadays and how you've been performing, I believe, with some live yoga and also some other types of performances.
This instrument, being as mellow as it is, really tends to let me play at any kind of event. If there's people talking or gathering or a conference, this instrument can be so subtle that it just puts out mellowness, but you can still talk over it. You can carry conversations. I played in Dillard's many, many times on the West Side for all kinds of promotions that they had hired me for. So Dillard's and promotionals, Mercedes-Benz, I did a thing for them, and Casa Rendena Winery here in town. For 3 summers, I actually did about 19 classes a summer with 3 different yoga teachers. And they have a program called Wellness and Wine. And at the end of the hour-long class, the ladies would sit together and enjoy a free glass of wine and have cheeses and social and that kind of thing. But that was my big introduction to yoga. I'm very blessed that Casa Rendena has me out there as much as we did before the pandemic. And let's hope pretty soon we can start doing that again, because it's a lot of fun to play. My goal playing yoga is very simple. I want people to forget that I'm there. After the first 5 minutes, I just blend in. I'm always around the edge somewhere because the yoga instructor is the star of the show. They're the ones that are instructing people how to breathe and how to do everything. So in those particular things, I'm really happy just to blend in. And if you forget that I'm there, that's perfect. I'm all happy with that.
Wonderful. Well, we definitely Thank you for being with us.
Thank
I
you.
know that you've had some opportunities to do some cat sitting in the recent past. How's that been going for you?
Cat sitting is very nice. It's very nice. I had to help my son and his family by cat sitting for a couple of cats, and living by myself, it's very enjoyable. They bring a lot of peace. They seem to like the handpan as well, so they're mellow. I'm mellow. It's kind of a mellow household we live in.
Awesome. And I know that you are passing along your love of percussion to your son and your grandson as well.
Yes, yes, I have a granddaughter and two grandsons now, and music seems to run through all their veins. And it's funny watching offspring. When you get to my age, you don't really think about looking back like that. But all of a sudden, my son's been an incredible drummer all of his life, and then when the grandson and the second grandson and the granddaughter, they've all been interested, and I've had some other hand pans that I've donated to them, beginner type of pans, so they can practice. So what took me about 60 years to find, I'm so blessed to give to my kids and grandkids when they're 3 and 4 and 5 years old. I can only imagine what they'll be doing by the time they get to be adults.
Indeed, and I think that goes very well with the whole culture and idea of Music Monday New Mexico, which is to give performers an avenue to create community through musicians. And I want to invite you all to check out Dean's music, Instant Atmosphere. You can see some of his handpan work. You can see some of his honky-tonk work. There's lots more to come. We will definitely have you back. Thank you so much for being here with us.
It's been my pleasure.
And where can we find your music if we want to see you in other places?
There is a CD, a very early CD that's called Live Live or Live Live, since they're both spelled the same. It's Dean Gibson Live Live, and it's on all the music platforms, all the regular platforms that are out there. It's available. But you can also go to YouTube and see a ton of videos for free. So if you want some stress relaxation with no cost, please go to YouTube and check out Dean Gibson Instant Atmosphere and have a relaxing evening.
Have a wonderful evening. I hope that we did help you relax a little bit today. Thank you, Dean, and we will have you again soon.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
you.